Hey you guys, so I am in a small town about 60 something miles away from home, and I just discovered that I left all of my food and my water bottles at home. And I have been meaning to come on and talk about this and was planning on talking about this today. So this just kind of helps me to kind of highlight why I focus so much on eating well. I have suffered from heartburn for years, like years and years. I used to take Nexium, and that was like my religious little purple pill that I had to have every day in order to feel good. And then as I have been on this journey and really started to eat better, I've realized that it's not just a fluke that I have heartburn, it's actually because of certain foods that I've eaten or eat on a regular basis. And so as I have improved what I eat, I've figured out the foods that cause it. A few of them are anything with gluten, and I do not have celiac, but I have a gluten intolerance. Hey Jackie, how are you today? And then other things like some citrus fruits and chocolate, like dark chocolate, will cause me to have heartburn. So I watch very closely what I eat, not only because of nutrition, but because of how it makes me feel. And I find that in traditional healthcare, so often what we do is we prescribe for symptoms. And of course you can prescribe for symptoms to treat the symptoms, but at the same time you should always be kind of looking at the cause. Like, it's not just a fluke that I have heartburn, it's actually because of food intolerances that I have that are causing that. So last night we had a ceremony to go to for my son. He was inducted to National Junior Honor Society, and my 15-year-old stayed at home. She loves to cook, so she made supper. Well, what she made had gluten in it. So I traditionally avoid gluten at all costs because I know it's going to cause me heartburn for a couple of days and sometimes causes bloating and gas and diarrhea and all of that stuff. But she made it, and she really put a lot of effort into making this supper, and I didn't ask her to do that. So that's what I ate last night, and so today I have such incredible heartburn. So I know that it's because of the gluten in that food. So now I'm driving along. I drove from one little town to another, and I go to reach for my food prep bag that I normally have right here in the seat, and realized that I never picked it up off the kitchen counter. So I have no extra water and none of my food. So what I'm going to do now is go see my next visit that I'm due to. Hey Yolanda, how are you today? I'm going to go do my next visit that I'm due to be at right now. And then there is a little grocery store in this town that I am going to go to and try to grab me some fruit, see if they have like some prepared hard-boiled eggs, some prepared chicken and stuff like that, to get me through today until I can get back home. But the point I wanted to make with my video is just that I don't eat well. I don't make it a point to eat well just because of nutrition. I make it a point to eat well because of how I feel. And if you suffer from heartburn or, bloating and gas and something like that, it's likely that you too have food intolerances. And how you can identify those, of course there are tests that you can do to help identify those, but a simple way to do it is just to try to eat cleaner, less processed foods until you can narrow down what thing it is that causes you those symptoms. So highly encourage you do that. I have been freaking out for the last 20 minutes trying to figure out what I'm going to do for food today, because it's just not as easy to go stop at a fast food place because everything is fried, everything has gluten on it, and it will tear me up for days on end. So much easier for me to go to a grocery store and just try to find some whole foods that I can eat that will get me through to the end of the day. If I didn't have the gluten intolerance, then I probably would be just like, let me go to one of these Sonics or something and pick something up. But those things are going to cause me more trouble in the end. So definitely look for the root of what your issues are, and I am glad to talk to you more about my food intolerances if that is something that you struggle with too. But I hope you'll have a great day, and I'm going to run, and I'm going to hope that I can find some food today. Bye.